What's going on, everybody? It is your boy here, Controversy. And today, guys, I welcome you back to my show, The Underdogs. Today, I'm going to be interviewing Florida rapper Alexander. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. All right, man. Yo.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, bro, I can hear you.
All right, let me see if my camera is
What
on.
up, what up, what up?
Oh,
Hey, it's ATG in the house.
yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, man.
Sorry for the late. I don't plan to be late like this, but things happen.
Nah, it's good, man. You're good, man. You're good. But first and foremost, man, welcome to the show, The Underdogs, hosted by your boy Controversy. And yeah, man, just take like a second, maybe to introduce yourself to the public here to for some people that don't know who you are.
Um, my name is Alexander. For anyone who don't know, I
Great.
am a rapper, part-time singer, songwriter, and I also do production. And I've been in the rap game for like 6 years, if I'm correct. Yeah, 6 years, 2015. So yeah, it's been
Yeah.
quite some time.
Yeah, man. Hailing from Florida, man. What's the rap scene like over there in Florida? Is it like popular or like not so, I guess not so popular?
Um, it's popular. It's like very popular, but it's like
Mm,
everybody kind of use the same flow, the same
mm,
beat, or the same style, and it's just kind of like underrated because we don't always have like a big artist in Florida because right now we have Rick Ross, Denzel Curry, Ski Mask.
mm.
There was X, but he passed away,
Yeah, man.
and it's just technically just in the newest one that's rising up that's actually been noticed in Florida in our city is actually LBS Kevin because
Mm,
he's actually one of the top stars in Florida. So, in my opinion,
damn. I've never heard of that dude. LSB Cuban.
not Cuban, Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. Is he like, is he mainstream or is he like underground?
He is very mainstream,
Mm,
so that's why you probably haven't heard from. You have probably heard of him, so that's
mm.
why.
Damn, for real, man. Yo, you released your by the
Sure.
looks of it, your debut album, Halo Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like talk a little bit more about that project. Like what I guess what sparked the idea? Like what first got you into working on that project?
Um, where do I even start? To be honest, because
Probably a lot of things, huh?
it's a
Yeah.
lot. But to make things short, I started off with Virgo back in 2018,
Mm,
and I just started thinking about what tracks can be good for this or what tracks can I substitute and what was the meaning. And through that, you know, objective and mission, I just started thinking like, yeah,
what?
just changed my name. I wasn't Breezy B
Mm.
no more. And the EP at the time. It was called Dream Girls Anthem. And
Oh, damn.
at that time, I was just mainstream, in my opinion. I was literally into the mainstream than I ever was now. And I was just like, I gotta pull this off with this album. So I had a whole lot of confidence of like, okay, I can definitely make this album the best if I can
Mm,
just, put 12 tracks with the album and do what I got to do. But unfortunately, I didn't get to do all of that because the way my lifestyle was set up, I didn't have
yeah.
a professional mic, I didn't have
Mm,
a laptop. I used to make beats off my mom and dad desktop, and I stopped using it ever since I got this laptop. So
mm,
because I want to be more comfortable in my stuff than trying to go back to that. And around 2019, I called it my fall off year because I was just thinking about dropping an album, but going back to 2018, I had dropped a mixtape Untitled, which was pretty much the first replacement of Virgo, but it was actually songs that was on Virgo. And then on that other project I had, which I can vaguely remember what it was called. I think it was called like the fairgrounds, if I'm correct. But it was kind of like a reminisce to our carnival down here. And I love
mm.
going to the carnival. I actually haven't been to the carnival since 2018.
Damn, the
So
carnival, man. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
well, you can't go to the carnival right now, COVID and everything, man. It's crazy.
yep,
Crazy,
yep.
man. Um, what else can I ask you? Oh, do you have like a top 10 favorite rapper list of all time?
My number one will obviously have to be Kendrick,
Mm,
arguably
definitely.
because that's what I grew up on, and that's who I was like, okay, I want to be like him. And
Same.
the second would have to be Kanye because Kanye influenced me in a producer way and in the mindset in the business and
Mm,
how to be creative. And I would say after that is Childish Gambino, J. Cole,
mm,
Logic. So
mm.
that's five, I think. Yeah. No, 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 that's not five. Yeah, that is five.
Yeah.
So Logic. People gonna be mad at me. I don't know why I put Logic on.
I mean, Logic is, I mean, he's not bad, I feel like
He's not bad, but
a lot of
I would
people
have
always throw him around.
I don't consider him as on top five, so I'm gonna scratch him off. Put him to number 10. Number five would probably have to be. I think I would have to say. That's a good one.
I know.
I'm gonna say Tupac on this one
Oh, Pac,
because
man. Yes.
Tupac he was always number one, but he'll forever be in top five. So that's the
Yeah.
only thing I can say about it. So after that is obviously Biggie. After
Mm,
that is Jay Z. Then it's
mm,
Freddie Gibbs. So
mm.
that's eight so far. Yep, eight. Um, I will arguably put Dr. Dre in there, but I'm gonna have to put Eminem, even though
Mm.
I don't like his new music.
Dang,
Then it's
yeah.
Dr. Dre,
His
and
old
then
stuff is way better.
yeah, and then after that, I would have to say Logic. So that's my top 10.
Damn. Yo, yeah, like that, nobody ever mentions Freddie Gibbs, and the thing is he's very talented MC. I mean, I actually got into him like last year when he dropped that one album with Madlib.
Bandana. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Oh no, it was The Alchemist.
Oh, Alfredo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Alfredo, man. That album was crazy. Like I just liked I like his raw flow. He has this really raw flow and it's just so enjoyable to listen to. Just crazy. Crazy. Well, um what else was I gonna ask you? Um, are you currently working on any music right now?
Yes and no. I'm currently working on like finishing up on songs that were sent by me, um, beats that need
Mm.
vocals. Currently working on a collab tape that I mentioned on the
Oh.
live last night, Mad World 2. Haven't got much detail on that. I just know that this is our last collaboration because
Mm,
I feel like when you listen to the first one, you just we're it was just a fun album, and this one we're just taking our times on it and just dissecting on it.
definitely.
But for me, one on one with myself, with my album, like I did for Halo, I feel like this album that I'm working on is definitely is in a thought of mine that I was like it's in a different thought of mine that I was 3 years back. I kind
Mm,
of see this as like a kind of like a new vision, and I can't go into much details on it because I don't want to spoil anything. All I know is that I plan to have features on here, not too much, but just enough to have fun a bit. I know
mm,
one thing is guys, it's going to be way different than Halo Boy. Not kind of too much singing. I don't plan to sing too much on it. I just plan to like give my whole vibe of it. And I was funny story. I actually had this album in thought the same time I was working on Virgo back in
damn,
2018.
it's
So
crazy.
this album has been in work since. So it's been in the same time, and this is not even called like a pick yourself back up work. This is kind of like a so where did we left off? So I'm just trying to get back to it. That's what I'm doing.
Damn, bro, that's crazy. Yeah, because one thing that I found interesting about Halo Boy is that the last song, there's a sample and there's this automated voice that the person says, like the sample was like, "This is not the beginning of this album" or something, and that like it will cont like this album has no beginning or end. Like that's what the sample said in the last song. So like, what did you mean when you put that sample in that last song on Halo Boy?
Um, for the record, I did that because it was really not the end.
Mm.
And that wasn't a sample, by the way. That was actually my good friend of mine, Izzy. She
Oh,
did the
damn.
narration on it. So that's why her vocals sound like it's an automated sample.
Yeah.
That's because I added more, filter to it
Uh,
because it just needed to balance off the album. And I feel like
makes
that's the
sense.
highlight, in my
Mm.
opinion. I feel like that's the highlight. But yeah, the whole meaning behind that line, that what she said, it's
Mm.
because Halo Boy is nothing but just food of thought. It's just a thought, and
Mm.
it's pretty much the chapter one, you know.
Mm.
And while I see the other albums, they're just other chapters. I kind of see them as like side quests, you know. When you look at my EPs, you don't see them as nothing, and I do that on purpose. But when you go to my albums, like Halo Boy, cross off like Diploma, and Untitled, like Halo Boy is truly my album that I can truly say, okay, I can listen to this more times than I ever heard Untitled or Dreamgirls
Mm.
Anthem or Diploma. So it's truly not the end. And it's speaking on music and my life. It's not the end. Even though people say, this your story and it always have an ending, but to be honest, it's just carrying on to that legacy. Your
Mm.
family
Mm.
carries that legacy part. My ancestors has a story, and their story is getting like better. It's getting worse. It's an emotional roller coaster, and I'm still carrying on to that. My uncle passed away
Oh
last year,
yeah. Yeah, you
and
mentioned that in the album, I think.
yeah, so that's
Yeah.
kind of like me reflecting on that. His story is not ended. There's still more. That's how I feel about it.
Damn, yo, that's crazy, man. Yeah, because like, and I understand that, because like when I was hearing it, um, right when I was about to get to the last song, I thought it was gonna be like the ending of the album. But then when the voice comes in, I'm like, it's pretty interesting. Like it kind of gave me some insight that this dude still has a lot more to talk about in his life. Because it's like as you grow, you get more experiences, more memories. And in reality, there's still more to talk about. So I kind of now understand why you put that voice in there.
Mhm. Yeah, I wouldn't actually call it like print. Yeah, so like you said, you don't see it as like the end, which I can
Mm,
totally agree because it's pretty much in a rotation. It's a program, in my opinion, because it says like as if you didn't catch it, it says "Welcome to the Halo Boy
yeah, I
Experience."
caught that first song.
You're,
I
you're
like that.
experiencing the whole story. You're experiencing of what you supposed to know from me, and it's going to test you in the next album. Did you know about this? Did you know about that? It's not going to say it, but you're going to notice. That's
Yeah.
how I like to interpretate my albums or songs or content behind it. And you know, is there's like I said, there's some songs on Halo Boy that I didn't put on it, which I'm still trying to figure out what should be on the throwaways that's gonna be releasing next month.
Mm,
And it's gonna be releasing to all platforms. But I'm gonna say this: if y'all don't want to listen to it, I really don't care. I really don't mind because it's really not that important. It's just like that's how my thought was doing that
mm.
whole story. So those are just like, songs that I just put away. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely, man. I mean, I thought it was like again, man. I thought the song was pretty good. I thought it was decent. You know, um, Logic's final album, No Pressure, also starts off with the same voice. Welcome to the No Pressure program. Um, and I'm actually just catching that now because I remember when I first heard that on your album. Welcome to the Halo Boy program. I hadn't caught it until now. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
Logic said that in his album too.
Yeah. I didn't do that on purpose. It just
Uh,
happened to like match the vibe. I wanted narration because
mm,
Will Cherry had narration on his album.
yeah,
Steph,
definitely.
my homie Steph, he had narration on his album for Nothingness Forever, which is arguably my favorite album of all time. Um, and I just was like looking at it like they have stories. Will has a story of his life. Steph has a story of loss. It's just
Mm,
literally of losing in a relationship, losing best friends, loved ones, and me. It's just like my story is what is next or
mm.
reflecting. It's a whole reflection. That's how I call it.
I get that. I get that. Damn. Do you have any unreleased music that still hasn't seen the light of day?
Yes, I do. I have
Mm,
one song that still needs to be worked on, and I can probably say if I release this right now, if it was in like very good condition to be released, it will probably push me to like bigger, better stuff. I could probably
mm,
by then call myself a mainstream artist. And
mm,
it has a feature, and me and my homie was working on it. Shout out to Josh, aka Akeem.
mm.
We worked on the song probably like last year, months ago,
Oh,
probably, and it was just one of the most funniest and awesome sessions. One of my favorite moments. I had did an ad lib, and that is the way I sounded. That was funny. And then while we was working on that song, we was doing so much, the computer crashed,
oh,
and
damn.
yeah, and it messed up the original. And we were just like, ah, man, how can? So we just spent all night, like probably like 3 hours worth of
Damn.
interview. And it was originally going to be on Halo Boy, but
Mm,
I took it off the track list because it was not mixed and mastered by our DJ. It was not completely done. It was still a lot of gaps in that song. So and then when I have this thing, when I keep hearing back to my albums, I have a certain feeling. I'm like, well, this is not going to match. So yeah, this song that we worked on is going to be released probably later on in the year,
Mm.
and it might even get put on the album. Maybe I'm not sure. It depends.
Damn. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that, too. You mentioned that when you were hearing like a song that you did for the Halo Boy album, it you felt like it probably wouldn't fit in with the concept. Like I kind of feel like that way too, because like sometimes when I'm doing an album, especially, um, there's like some beats that I want to use, but when I actually just like listen to it, it's like, you know what, it's not really gonna fit in with like the tone I'm trying to convey. Because like let's say I'm trying to do like a serious song or whatever, a storytelling song, and it's like serious, and then I really find this really cool beat that sounds good that I kind of want to rap over, but then I'm like, you know what, this doesn't really like the tone is not there, but the concept is, but the tone isn't. Sometimes I find beats like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what else? What else? What else can I ask you about? Um, what was? Do you have any brothers?
I have four brothers and also have two sisters. I didn't know I had another
Mm,
sister when I was probably 12, 13. I could probably remember. I found out I had another sister at a young
damn,
age, and I was very shocked. We looked just alike.
it's crazy.
Um, yeah, even my mom was shocked. So yeah, I'm still the
Mm,
youngest. I thought, me thinking at the time, I was like, oh, I'm probably the oldest now. I ain't the youngest, but yeah, I'm still youngest.
damn, sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of better, at
Mm,
least I'm the last one graduating, from high school.
damn.
So
I'm
yeah, it's
actually
a lot.
the I'm actually the first one graduating.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it is crazy, man. I got two sisters. One's in middle school, other one's in primary school. Other one's in fourth grade, and I'm basically like the only dude. I don't have a brother, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I feel it. Having brothers, it's not much of a headache because you know in my household before I moved in to this place,
Mm.
I had one brother that used to live with me. He don't live with me no more. He lives in Wisconsin, and he was pretty much always there for me. Through the bad times, the worst times, he was always there for me. He was. I used to get on him a lot. I was a kid. Of course you're gonna do that. But one thing about him, he was always outspoken. He wasn't too much doing bad stuff, and he was just
Mm.
doing every teenager does. Even though he did some mistakes, I get teary eyed and emotional when I talk around him because I feel like he's one of my inspirations.
Mm.
He's the reason why I keep going. He's the reason why that I got pushed into music. He's the reason
Oh.
why I felt like you know even though you could never convince me, like if my brother passed away a long time ago and y'all tried to make me happy, I probably would have been dead by now because my brother is my whole heart.
Mm.
And if something ever happens to him, that's like my whole heart is broken because we was close. All my brothers are close, even my sisters. But that right there,
It's just
just like my
something
mom,
else.
man. It's something. It's like
Mm.
definitely.
Yeah, I get
I'm
that.
thankful to like have both of my parents still with me because a lot of my siblings, my siblings have, they're mostly from my dad and my
Mm.
brother that used to live with me. He's from my mom side, so I have a very blended family,
Mm.
and I don't connect with their families as much as I connect with my own, but I still get love, because nobody wins in a family feud. That's one thing I learned. Nobody
Yeah,
wins in a family
nobody.
feud,
That's
and
facts.
everybody lose in a family feud
Mm,
too. So everybody lose.
damn, bro, that's crazy, man. Yeah. So your brother, was he the one that got you into rapping?
Nah, he didn't kind of get me to rapping. I kind of lend myself in to rapping.
Mm,
There was this thing called YouTube, and
yeah. YouTube
yeah,
for real.
so I think what actually led me to rapping was, I would have to say, me listening to music a lot,
Mm,
and one day I was just sitting on my parents' bed because I didn't have a D. This was at the time DVD players were still used, and
oh.
I was watching Straight Outta Compton. I was
Mm,
just so inspired
yes,
by. I was so inspired by Easy E. I was, and the way he carried himself. I was just like, oh,
definitely.
I want to be like him, but not the die part, because I don't know how to feel about that one,
Yeah,
but I
no,
want to
it's
carry
crazy.
myself. Yeah, so I just wanted to be something that I felt like that could be me.
Mm,
I always thought about, music was the last thing I ever thought about. Even rap, like it was the last thing I thought, because at the time I was thinking about being an actor, basketball star, you know, things that stereotypically could fit me. But acting was definitely like was my plan in the first place, or directing a film. But yeah, and that was also my. I'm gonna talk about that later. I'm not sure to say much.
for real, man, for real. So, um, what is your like besides rapping? What is one profession that you definitely want to like follow in the future?
I would say either clothing marketing, or
Mm,
probably just mm, probably film production, because I love creativity.
yeah, same.
With cameras, technology, and of course clothes. I may not dress as well that people think I do. I still have, G Fazos in my closet, and I still have wore them since I bought them. Um, because I don't have certain colors or certain outfits to fit them. Shoot, I
Mm,
might even decide to wear them this week, because I have homies that be like, man, what did you always wear them forces, bro? Just wear them. I'm like, man, everybody finna wear them Bezos, and y'all telling me to get force fields and all this.
yeah.
Like, when you have homies that know all and they trying to tell you to get these certain types of stuff, it gets annoying.
Mm,
But
yeah.
they always tell you right at the end of the day. So I love them to death, but sometimes I want to kill them. But that's it's the way
That's how
that
it
they
is,
are.
man.
It's in the family.
Yeah, that's
But
how
yeah,
it is. Yeah,
yeah, that's how
sometimes.
I consider. That's my yeah. That's one of the things I would consider for that.
Yeah, one thing that I want to be, besides rapping, because like in the future, I definitely hope to get a record deal. It would be nice to be signed to TDE.
Oh
No,
yeah, TDE
yeah,
is.
crazy man, crazy talent, and like I don't know if I definitely do want Kendrick to be my mentor. Because like you were talking, like you were mentioning him, um, like my music is I get my style from him. So I definitely it would be amazing for him to just like mentor me.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Um, oh, go ahead.
Oh, my fault. Yeah. Same for me. The label, I would rather create my own label than try
Mhm.
to sign to another label, because where I'm at, I seen like a lot of people. This also goes for Double Ohim. He has a lot of plans. He actually has his LLC for his own label. Um, and I was just so happy because I remember him just this guy I know from high school. And he was just always support in no matter what I did. He wasn't like the biggest, but he had a lot of criticism. And I just always thought, oh, whatever. But to this day, when he went up to me and he mentioned about his music, I just looked at him funny. I was like, man, you don't create music. You know, you lying. He's like, yo, come on. So he gave me his name, gave me the link, and I looked at it. Next thing you know, boom, I started falling in love with his music, and he's one of my mentors, and I actually wanted to sign with one of the groups he was in, but he left, and he started his own label. The group Bellflower is like one of my favorites of all time because I'm so connected with them and they're family to me and I'm still considered family to them. But you know, I don't want to go out and say, oh yeah, you should sign me, sign me. Like, no, I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they should sign me. It would be such an honor, but I'm just giving their props and I'm just giving credit when it's needed.
Yeah.
So they deserve all the credit, you know, from production, from lyricism, from styles. They deserve it because they had one of the biggest top like blow ups. You know, they wasn't pretty much known in the city much, but they had their parts back in 2019. And now we in 2021, they still on their grind. And I'm just proud to be in the support of that because without them, I probably could have been in a bad place. I probably could have been doing a lot of stuff that could have uninspired me. I could have gave up music. So I'm glad they're the inspiration to push me to music and taking my time. So I would like to appreciate them for that. And shout out to Keyshawn, who actually I ain't finna say much. I actually had one particular song, but that's it. That's all I can say. I had one particular song that I did with him, but I don't know. I still forgot about it. So yeah.
Damn, Bellflower, man. I've never
It's
heard of
not
that
it's not
group.
released. So but yeah, Bellflower, that's definitely everyone should check out this year and forever. So please check them out.
For real, man. I'll have to look into that, because like I'm always looking for, new artists to, check out, review their music, you know. Are they on Spotify?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll send you the links.
Ah, for
So I
real,
got you.
man. For
Because I
real.
know there's like it's a lot of artists
With the
who is
same name,
still
yeah.
yeah, and you know, I don't want to confuse them. Then you'd be like, wait a minute, this ain't the guy. This is country. Like, no.
For
So
real. For real. You know, one thing that I really found interesting, I think it was like, I don't know when I looked into this, but I think it was last month. They actually have classes where you can like study an album and kind of like depict the meaning of it. Is there like is there like classes in your school where like you can do that, like you just get like your favorite album from your favorite artist and just kind of break down the meaning of it? Like, do you guys have classes like that over there?
nah, unfortunately we don't, but
Damn.
I would love for them to have a class like that, you know, including with music.
Mm.
You know, they need to do that. But if I found out they actually did, but they kind of don't have it like that, I would be totally mad about it because I'm like, y'all should have put me in there. I could have got all A in that class. I probably could have got an
Yeah.
A+ in there. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think they should. I think they should. In my
Definitely.
school, I think they should. It's very much needed. You know, we need to be taught more than what we know now.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing us being depicted of like you had to be a young boy type artist, you had to be a Gunna type artist, you had to be, you know, Pooh Shiesty or 40, like you got like all these other artists because there's so much more. And I think when we look at it, in my perspective, I think is killing us. Is mentally killing us because it's the same thing, even through radio. It's the same thing. You just don't want to listen to it. So yeah, that would be a fun class, to have. And I think every school should has that because music is definitely one of the biggest important things to life. It's pretty much the heart of life. It's that beat, it's that bum, bum, bum. That's how I
Definitely.
believe.
Yeah, yeah. And the reason I, asked you about that is because they actually do have a class about that, but it's not. I think I forgot. It was like in a university because I was watching like a video where Kendrick went to visit this high school,
Mhm.
and he was just rapping some songs off his T-Pab album, and
Uh-huh.
they actually were like studying that. They were like actually studying that album, breaking apart the meaning of that, of this song, the other song, and like they actually do have classes like that, so that's crazy, man. I would love to study. I would love to just like break down T-Pad because that's a classic.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, that would be a great thing to be honest. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, man, definitely. Um, well, do you like have any questions for me?
Um, I forgot to ask you, how old are you? Because you look kind of like in my age.
Yeah, I look pretty young. I'm 17, about to be 18. Yeah, I probably don't look like that.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, I'm finna turn 18. Yeah. Favorite album from you, like from yourself. What album would you say? Oh yeah, I definitely loved it.
Oh, like greatest album of all time, man. That's damn. Like, wait, are you talking about like from my discography or from like the mainstream discography, like of artists that I like, or
Not counting, how can I say, from your overall discography, from what you created. Like
oh,
even since you say it's your favorite from everything else.
favorite. Well, currently, uh, I mean, right now I'm working on something big. And once I do drop that, that will be my favorite, album. But right now, bro, anime. Yo,
Oh man, what happened?
I think you disconnected. What the?
Oh my god. I don't know what happened for some reason.
That's cool. It's cool. Yeah, but to answer your question, currently I'm working on something big right now, and once I do drop that, that'll be my favorite. But for right now, that's to be my first album, Ricardo Bravo, uh, that I dropped last year in September. Um, that's been my favorite so far, like because that album I enjoyed making it. I just kind of enjoyed putting my life out there. Because that album's kind of like really personal. It's about my life, so I kind of just enjoyed talking about my experiences, memories, just like reflecting on my life. So that definitely has to be my favorite project I've made so far.
Pretty
Definitely.
good. Yeah, I think that's all the questions I have for you because I went off blank.
Nah, for real, man, for real. Um, so have you heard of Ghost the Rapper? I know you have.
Have I ever what?
Have you heard of Ghost the Rapper?
Um, Not until I went on to the live, the
Oh
first
yeah,
time I actually went on your
yeah.
live.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, this dude, I don't know if you've had a chance to check out his music, but um he's hella talented, you know. Um and yeah, like you should definitely like check out his music, man. He's crazy, man. Crazy dude. Like he has and like I said, we have this underground community, it's just like a whole load of a bunch of other rappers, including myself, you know. Yeah, man. It's crazy, crazy. Um like so when you first got into making music, um what did your parents think about it? Yeah.
Oh man, I think they was concerned.
Oh,
They
really?
were very questionable.
Damn.
How how I was going to carry myself. Mostly how I was going to carry myself. Language wise, my mom was on me about it. My dad is mixed. He as long as like you're tolerable with it and you're not, because my dad does listen to a lot of music that has explicit content on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just heard my music because I said a lot of things, and my mom, she supports me, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I get that. Yeah.
that's the worst feeling because I did show my mom one of my songs, and it had like not too much cussing, but it had like cussing on it. And she was like, "Why don't you ever do a clean song? Why don't you do a clean song?" And
Yeah.
I was like, "Mom, I am. I don't know what to say because it's not gonna feel right." And then one
Yeah.
day when I was, it's unreleased, but I had a song and I showed it to my mom, and she was like, "This is pretty nice. I love it," and she just likes it. Yeah, she was even there when I was doing that other song with my boy Josh, but
Mm.
and she actually said one of my lyrics. She was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." It was like, okay, no, no,
Damn.
no,
Yeah, that's funny, bro.
no.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, like I get you. Sometimes like I've made music where I haven't cussed, definitely, but most of my music is explicit. It's just I don't know, like I know there's definitely some people out there that don't cuss in their music. Like I would say a perfect example of somebody who doesn't have explicit music is NF. Have you heard of NF?
I heard of him.
Mm.
My homie, Javion. He. I think he low key put me on to him. Well, he obviously did, but then I just stopped listening to him for some reason. I was just like, okay, on to a new one.
Yeah, NF is yeah, I listen to him once in a while. I honestly I found him out. I discovered him through No Life Shock. Have you heard of No Life Shock?
I don't think so. I
Oh,
probably have.
really? Damn, it's crazy. Wait, you
I
you you haven't heard of No Life Shock?
I've been asleep. Like
Damn.
as an underground artist, like I said, I'm mixed match.
Mm.
One one day I'm mainstream, one day I'm underground, next day I'm not even on music. And you know, the way I grew up, I didn't go as much on music. I didn't always look at underground artists. I used to always watch videos, period. And then if they
Uh,
have music to promote, I'd be like, oh, okay, let me check this out.
for
So
real. Yeah, well,
yeah,
No Life Shock is he's a reactor.
I think I heard that
Yeah,
name.
and yeah, he's like one of he's at 2.7 million subscribers. He's like one of the biggest reactors on YouTube. I think you'll find him easily. He's pretty. He's got he's got clout.
Yeah, no lie.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing him in yeah, I can remember his face. I just haven't seen his videos. I know what you mean now. I ain't know that was him. I was like, dang, that's him. Wow, that's crazy. All this time. Dang.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but it was like 2 years ago. NF dropped the Search album. And then No Life Shock started reacting to it, and I was like, yo, who's this dude? Because like his music is quite emotional. And then I started listening to him. And yeah, man, like his music is super emotional. His he's a dude that really he's really good at conveying emotion in his music. Personally, for me, I listen to him, once in a while. But he's not really an artist that I constantly listen to every day. Just because like the music he makes it's not bad, but it's just like something that I don't find myself listening to every day. You know?
Right, right.
Yeah,
I felt that.
definitely. All right, man. Well, I guess this is all the time I have for you today, man. Nice having you, man, on the Underdogs. Like I said, it's always good to have like people just come in, doing interviews. I'm always looking for, new people to interview, man. And yeah, definitely like send me a link to what's that group called again? The
Bellflower, I got you.
Bellflower. Yeah, man. Yo, and for anybody who's watching, man, make sure to go follow this man on Instagram. Go follow him on Spotify. Check out his new album, Halo Boy, man. You know what it is. This is, and yeah, man. And yeah, bro. Nice talking to you. And I look forward to your new music, man.
Thank you.
Real peace.
Peace, bro.
Alright, guys, that was the video with Alexander. Hope you guys enjoyed. And again, don't forget to check him out on Instagram, Spotify, link in the description for that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.